Hi everyone, my name is Avalon and this is Nurse in the Garden channel. Thank you for stopping by. I also just want to say thank you to everyone who always comments, and thank you to all the new subscribers. I didn't expect people to even subscribe to my channel, so it's been really fun so far just interacting with everyone and just getting tips and encouragement. It's really helpful. So today it's actually a beautiful day here in New York, like really nice. It is fall. Well, not officially. There's about 3 more days or so until fall comes, and the weather definitely has been changing. It's been a lot cooler in the mornings and evenings, and the days have been just mild. As well, like, I don't get as much sun on the garden area, so therefore things have to come out. And I'm going to transition into the fall garden. So I do have my seedlings. You guys saw that in my last video. I took my seedlings out. I just kept them out. I haven't even been hardening them off. Like, they just been outside, and they've been doing really well, and I've kept them covered down. So again, here's another video of just me cleaning out some things, as well as prepping the beds. I do plan on planting garlic, so that will be another video coming up soon. And then but today I am going to put my seedlings in the ground. I'm going out of the country in a few weeks, and I want to have the garden as prepared as possible before I go, so I don't have to worry about that. In New York, I live in zone 7B, and our first frost date is supposed to be November 3rd. So I really don't have much time to get a lot done. So whenever I'm off from work, which is today, I have to take advantage of it and do some garden work. So I'm just gonna take you guys along, and I hope you enjoy. So before we get started with this garden bed right here, here are my seedlings. They've been doing great. I can't wait to uncover them and show you guys. Although I have been seeing the cabbage moth flying around looking for something to land its seeds on, but that's not going to be today. Anyway, so in the last video, guys, we planted out beet seeds, and as you can see, my beet seeds have popped up. The seedlings are up, looking amazing. And what I understand with beet seeds, there are like 3 different, like there are different, how should I say it? I guess there's like many, it's like a pod. So the seed is actually a pod with many seeds in it. So I'm actually just not even going to thin them out. I'm just going to let it do its thing and see if they just grow and bulk up together. So I'm super excited about that. Okay guys, so here we are. My beans aren't doing anything much. I didn't expect them to do anything. I do have one bean growing right here, but that is about it. And I don't know. I might just pull the beans just to let them, I don't even know, because it's not even doing anything. So I might just pull it. But here are my seedlings, and I'm just going to go ahead and uncover it. They've been out for, I think it's been a week or so, and I just been like checking under them, making sure that nothing looks too crazy, and just keeping them watered as much as I can. They look pretty okay. I did fertilize them that time we were last on here, and they look pretty good. So my cabbage looks really great. I don't know why they have like this kind of spotting to it, but I'm just going to go ahead and plant it anyway. Let's see. Everything else looks pretty good. I don't know, something might be chomping on them, but honestly everything looks really great. Again, some weird spotting here. I don't know what's up with that, but as I said, I'm going to go ahead and pot everything out. Looks like these have been sitting in some water. I'm sure my garden beds aren't as leveled as they should be, so they are so it's pooling up some water in some areas. So I'm just going to go ahead and get my bed ready. As I said, I did see the cabbage moth flying around. So what I'm going to do is just cover everything down while it's here at the side of me, so that it doesn't get any bright ideas. And I'll just pull a plant and plant them in. So over here you see there's a lot of carrots. I hope they're doing okay. Here's my parsley, and right this particular area, so from about here up, I can go ahead and plant all my brassicas out. And as I said, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and cut my bean seeds. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut these seedlings, these beans. I'm just gonna leave the roots in the ground. I'm gonna leave, oh man, I cut the plant that had beans growing on it. Oh well, it really wasn't doing much of anything, to be perfectly honest. It was more of an experiment and it didn't work. So cutting all that out right here. And right now I'm just gonna go ahead and prepare the beds. I'm gonna add some, I don't think I ended up adding anything here, any compost or anything the last time. So I'm gonna add a bit of soil. Actually, I think I'm just gonna add compost. And then I'm going to add some garden tone into each hole that I plant into. So it's the same mushroom compost that I added to the beds the other day. I just didn't amend the bed. Where is my thing? I just didn't amend the bed the other day, like the whole bed. So I still gotta add some things to this area. Just a couple inches of mushroom compost. I am making my own compost. I just really haven't tended to it. I did look in it the other day and I saw that it has decomposed quite a bit. So that's really promising. Yeah, so we'll see. I might do a video on that, like me dealing with it, but no promises because I'm not even too sure what I'm doing with the compost. I don't even know if it's ready. I really don't know how to tell, but either way, it's all trial and error to see like what works, what doesn't work. Alrighty, so right back here, I'm going to plant in my kale. I think it'll be a great idea to plant my kale in this back section where it can get a bit tall and it's not shading anything else out and it's just kind of hanging out in the back. I did just put compost here. So I'm going to go ahead and dig a hole right about here. I'll be interested to see what matter is all the way down. Anytime I dig down, I see a ton of worms, which is really nice. And it's also nice to be able to dig a little further down. And then I know that my cardboard that I placed long time ago, so like less than a year ago now, has broken down. So now my plants have a lot of room to grow downwards. So those are the roots. Let's see how far down I could put this. I think I broke the stem, so we will see how this would go. Kind of mad at myself that just happened. So we'll see if it can kick back. So right now it's kind of just leaning on the soil, which I really don't want, but that's kind of where we are right now. A handful of garden tone will go in, and then another kale plant will go down. So after I'm done doing all of this, I'm going to put my row covers back on and cover it all down so that the cabbage moth does not get any bright ideas. I think I'm gonna get 2 more kale plants. So I went ahead and I planted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kale plants. I don't know if you guys can see, I put a stake there for the one that I broke. I'm like, oh, I can't believe I broke it. And I might actually just put a small stake here as well because I don't like it leaning on the soil. I might need to stake this one up too. Actually, no, I just need to fix the soil. So I do have some more kale in here. I don't love how they look because they're pretty long and lanky. So we'll see what I'll do with these. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and start with the cabbages. This cabbage is just absolutely beautiful, this start. It just looks so perfect, except this. I don't know what ate it, but something did. So right now I'm just trying to figure out the best placement for everything. I'm gonna put a broccoli over here, and then maybe this one there. I hope that is enough spacing. We will find out. I'm gonna go ahead and start planting. I don't really measure anything out. I don't have I actually meant to bring a ruler out today, but I definitely didn't. So therefore I am eyeballing everything, and I'm just hoping for the best. I'm hoping that everything just measures out pretty good. Oh, I see a worm. I'm about 99% sure this will be okay, and that it will still have enough space to spread out as well as set its roots. And I'm doing it right by the beets, where the beets don't really need that much space as far as like growing upwards. And of course, I really didn't label things too great, but I know that some of these things are cabbages and other things are what is broccoli. I definitely have that labeled because I just didn't want to mess that up. I believe these are Napa cabbages. I didn't label everything because I knew that some things just kind of look the same. So I'm actually going to put these two Napa cabbages together right over here. I just saw a worm. I love seeing worms now. Before, I used to be so afraid. I'm still afraid of a lot of bugs, but now when I see a worm, I know it is a beneficial thing and it's not here to somehow attack me. So I'm super excited that I see worms, and that shows that my garden is doing a great job. So now I am going to plant my broccoli, and I'm going to check to see if I can fit one more other thing in this area. Don't want to overload the area either. I made a lot of mistakes like that this summer, just like overloading areas and then regretting how I planted things, because then I either wasn't able to get a harvest from the plant, or it just didn't thrive because it just wasn't in a good area. So I don't want to repeat that again this year, because, or at least I should say for the fall, I want to be able to be mindful on what I'm doing. And I just broke off another stem, but that's okay. So now I'm wondering, can I plant one other thing somewhere else? I think this is good, and I might just have to find other places for my other seedlings. So I actually forgot that I have some cilantro seedlings. I think I'm going to plant them like a little bit right here and maybe over in that area, just so I could plant these out. So I'm just gently pulling apart the seedlings, just trying to untangle because they've all just kind of grown onto each other. So that's one cilantro seedling. I found some baby ones, so I added that in there too. And I'm just putting them in like so. And it smells so good. Like, wow, I had no idea that cilantro seedlings, like, they have such a strong smell. They smell absolutely amazing. Beautiful root systems, despite it being like in a cup for so long. I forgot when I planted all of these, but I didn't do it that long ago. And I kept them in an area in the garden that doesn't really get much sunlight, and it stays fairly cool so it doesn't bolt. I really want some cilantro, fresh cilantro, because I plan on doing some tomatillo salsa, and I want fresh cilantro, not from the store. Not that there's anything wrong with it, I just would rather grow my own since I have the capabilities. What I did with every, so I just created like a trench, and then I added the garden tone to the trench, and now I'm just planting everything in. All right, so I got everything planted out. I have all my cilantro planted in between, which I'm very happy about. I think it should be able to grow a good deal before everything else really starts to flourish. I'm gonna go ahead and water everything in now. So I still do have some seedlings that need to go in. I just don't have space for all of that right now. Everything looks so sad after I just watered it in. But I'm gonna go ahead and put my hoop covers on and cover everything down so that that measly cabbage moth doesn't come and lay any eggs on my brassicas. So I'm gonna keep them covered for a very long time, probably until it starts to get really cool, until I know it's safe, because as I said, I saw it today and I don't feel like fighting with a cabbage moth today. Okay, this took me entirely too long to figure out because things are not in an exact row because other things are planted. So now I'm really hot. So in the middle we have our cilantro still planted. In between the celery, in between all the brassicas are some more cilantro. Maybe that was a bad idea, hindsight's 2020, because then I was trying to like not break the cilantro that I just planted, but it'll be fine. So everything's covered down, all the angles. I should still be able to water things, just like maybe pick up this bar, water underneath, pick up this brick and water underneath. I just have to make sure there's no open areas. And now I'm like extra hot and stressed out, but I think I got it. All right, so right now we are in my other bed, the pepper bed, and some of these peppers are not doing too great. So I'm actually going to start cutting some of them down because I want to start preparing this bed for, that was my cup of water. I want to start preparing this bed for the fall so that I can start planting out my garlic. I have to start planting it out pretty soon. I feel really sad to cut these plants, especially that I see little buds, but they have to go. I do plan on overwintering 1 or 2 of my pepper plants. I just haven't decided on which ones those are. But so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the plant down at its root. I actually pulled some of that root out, but I don't know if you guys can see, there's some buds on there, but it has to go because it grew very weird due to the fact it was shaded out, and the tomatillo plants fell on this one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and continue to cut and make space for garlic to come. As I'm cutting, I'm going to be harvesting whatever is there. This plant has 2 jalapenos. They're kind of small, but I'm just gonna go ahead and cut them. I might actually just wait till this one grows a little bit more, then I'm going to cut. I do have some goals for this bed, and I plan on revamping how I'm planting everything out. This one's really tiny, didn't really produce much of anything. I just don't see the point of keeping it. So as I'm going, I'm also just taking out weeds. I do have this celery here, which I'm gonna keep. My okra plants that are doing really well, I'm gonna keep right now. But I'm just trying to make as much space so that when I come back to actually plant my garlic, I know that I've already prepped my area and I'm not wasting time trying to clear things out. It's really sad that some of my plants just really didn't do that great, but that's okay. There's always next year. This one just has a lot of foliage. It had 1 pepper growing, but it's not doing much, so out it goes. And again, as I said, I'm keeping the foliage, I'm keeping the stems in because it's gonna help to create some organic matter. This Cosmo did absolutely nothing except just create a bunch of furry things on it, its stems. I have another pepper plant here. It has 1 green bell pepper on it, and I'm just gonna cut that off. And I'm gonna show you guys how that one grew too, because that one grew so weird. Oh, the pepper actually fell off. So it's extremely tall, it's long, didn't really do that great, again, because it was shaded out. And this pepper just broke right off of it. I actually feel better cutting these things out because I felt like I was just holding on to things that just wasn't doing anything for me. I have 3 other pepper plants back there, which I'm actually going to check out right now and see what I can do with those. So I'm back here in the jungle. I'm gonna cut these cosmos. I was hoping they would have done something, but honestly, I planted them very badly. So they really didn't have a chance to really do much. Oh my gosh, this is hard to cut. There we go. And this one didn't do much of anything either. More than anything, it's just shading things out. This pepper plant has some buds on it. I really don't think it's going to do much of anything before the winter, the fall, the freeze. I'm not sure. Actually, I might keep these because this is not the space I would like to actually plant my garlic. I have this one plant that I'm going to leave, and that one has 1 thing growing on it, so I just want to see what it does, and then I'll cut it. This right here is my cayenne pepper plant, and it's doing like really great, guys. Like, it has so many peppers on it. I have a shorter one over here that also has a ton of peppers, and I'm just waiting for them to start turning red, and then I'm gonna cut it. There's this other plant here. Hope you guys can see that. I'm shaking it. Not doing anything much. It does have some buds. It always just breaks my heart to cut things that have buds, but I'm holding on to it, but it's really not serving me a purpose. My jalapeno plant back here actually is producing a good amount. Every single time I come, I do get 1 or 2 or 3. I'm gonna leave this one as well. My bell pepper plant actually doing a lot too, and I'm gonna just leave that. Okay, so this is what the bed looks like now. Very much cleared out. I am waiting for this one jalapeno to get a little bit bigger, then I will cut this plant out. My cayenne plant. I'm waiting for that to start turning red. Once it starts turning red, I am pulling it, and then I'm doing garlic all in this area right here. Okra still holding on, still doing really good. So I'm going to plant around the okra and then cut the base when I'm done. So those plants back there, I'm just waiting to see what else it's going to do. I am not planting garlic all the way in that area, so I'm not worried about it, but I was just worried about this area here. My celery, keeping, you know, this was like also like a very quick, I'm just planting something just to put a space, and I ended up doing that. So I'm really excited. And guys, look, the snap peas are growing up beautifully. Okay, and all my lettuce is also growing up. So that wasn't that long ago, and it's germinated. It actually rained a ton, and I think I said that in that video that it's gonna rain, so that's why I was rushing to get everything in, and it rained for like 2 days, and it really helped the germination on these things. So over here, I'm going to actually pull out my tomatillo plant. My phone is acting a little funky, so I may not be able to record that, but I will probably just check in and show you guys what the area looks like afterwards. Okay, before I take out my tomatillo plant, like, look how ridiculous this marigold is, guys. Look how absolutely ridiculous. Like, the stem is huge, and it like finally has a bud. I don't know if you guys can see that. I can't see because the sun is in my eye. There it is. And I hope it finally blooms, because I'm curious to know what color this is, because I'm saving these seeds for next year, because honestly, like, look how massive. This is crazy. There was one here, but it died. Massive. I hope it blooms before it gets too cold. Guys, like, that tomatillo plant was destructive. Like, you don't understand how happy I am that I can do this. Just walk in between. I could come get a long bean if I so choose. Like, that plant really decided to just take up everything. So now I have space back here. This is everything I pulled out. I'm actually gonna go through and pull off all the tomatillos. I'll show you guys how many tomatillos I get. I probably will be able to make like 1 jar of tomatillo salsa, but either way, it's a success. But guys, like, and then I have so many cherry tomatoes. I'm just like picking every day, just waiting for them to all ripen, and I'm pulling the cherry tomatoes out. I do have a beefsteak here, 2 small ones all the way in the back. I'm not too sure what's trying to go on here, but I'm just letting it do its thing, and 2 more over there. So anyway, that's what's going on. But I am super excited I was able to clear all this out. All right, so these are the tomatillos I ended up getting. They're a bit small, but I think I have a quart bag inside, so we'll see. I'm freezing everything. They look so good, and I will do some canning at another time, probably like, let's say January, because I honestly just don't have the time for it. I did rip these cherry tomatoes off. I'm trying to see if they will actually ripen, but yeah, I have a few other things in here. There's a spider. I see you, spider. So yeah, I'll be bringing this in and putting everything away. Whew, okay. I am done. Things look a bit different, you know, this bed, definitely the tomatillo area, and then my pepper bed looks a ton different. I am sweltering hot. It is time to go in and take a shower and rest. Super happy I was able to do this. I should be able to come out and do my garlic very soon, and I'll take you guys along for that ride, because that would be interesting. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.